Hello, welcome to Greenwood Bonsai Studio today. We want to just do a little nursery tour to show you some of the autumn colour. We've been meaning to do this video showing you some autumn colour here at Greenwood for a week or so, but we've just had like rainy, horrible weather and it's not been very bright. The sun's briefly come out. We're a little bit of an early autumn this year, so some of the colours were just about to pass. We've got an open weekend in 2 weeks on the 2nd and 3rd of November. We had an autumn open house last year. It was quite well received, so we're going to do the same again. And last year we had quite a lot of autumn colour. I put an exhibition of about 25 of my specimen trees in the studio. This year that is going to be more difficult to do because some of them are going to be more of a winter image than an autumn exhibition because the leaves are dropping. But we're going to show you a few of them and show you some things that we've got going off at the nursery. Let's have a little wander around the benches. Just had a largest semi-cascade pot ever. If you've got a huge semi-cascade bonsai and you need a pot that's about 1 metre across, what on earth are we going to put into something like that? That's a set of 4. Luckily that's the biggest one. There isn't one any bigger. We've got a Trident Maple that's just come in from a collection. They've been owned for over 35 years by the owner, so we're going to do a little bit of work on the branches of that. You can see my big multiple trunk and a Petra Angelika pot just starting to change colour for autumn. That always goes very late, that tree. Benishidori, this has just started to turn a couple of weeks ago. It's now going, the leaves are going brown, and these will be off. If we get a few strong winds, look, these are coming off quite easily already, so they won't be on for much longer. We've got a field maple at the back that's already dropped. Some Tridents have already dropped. Some of the Deshojos, these look good like about a week ago when it was all gloomy weather. Plus Palmatum came in from Europe a few weeks ago. Big Trident at the back there, just ready for a prune. So we're just working our way through the trees at the moment. This is one of mine I've had for a few years. Impressive base. Had a good year this year. We've got crab apple, just with the apples on, just going into autumn colour, look, just showing yellow on some of the leaves. These will all drop over the next few weeks. And then we've got the bright field maple, Acer campestre, with just a standard Japanese maple behind it. Nice contrast with it. And how strange, look, we've got an Arakawa maple here, rough bark, that's still got green leaves, orange leaves, red leaves, and yet the big one that's on the same bench over there is completely bare. That's what it's been like this year. So things are all doing stuff at different times of the year. You don't see this very often. A berberis, got the fruit on the little berries on the berberis going into autumn tones. All these Satsuki azaleas are looking particularly scruffy at this time of year as they're dropping the old leaves, so they always go like that. And we've got Trident down there with no leaves. This one here is full of leaf still. Korean hornbeams just starting to change. Let's have a wander around here, Josh, see what else we've got that we can show people. Japanese white beech have already gone for autumn, look. And down here, oh, European beech. This is one that's come into my collection this year. Collected from many years ago. Very good Nibari on a collected tree. Beautiful natural branch structure. In a Gordon Duffet pot. We ought to get this one in and photograph it. Really, Josh. We don't really want to lift it, do we? We don't really want to lift it, but it ought to go into the studio for a photograph. If we get that against a black background, that will look really nice. We'll have a stroll down here. European larch, look, just going into autumn colour. Ginkgo, you can tell how many leaves have come off these, look. These have been in a greenhouse in a warmer climate, and when we imported them, I've never seen ginkgo leaves as big as this. And normally they're normally about this sort of size. These are huge. They won't be quite so energetic with our climate next year. The Shishigashira. Now Shishigashira's, that one's still completely green, look. and we'll show you some others. Some have already turned. The black pine's looking really healthy. Chinese quince are just starting to turn for autumn. This is a great autumn colour tree, Acer palmatum Koto no Ito. Well, that's pretty much gone now. Really weird with this, because these leaves are so fine, when the leaves go like this, they don't blow away. So they just stay like a cluster like this, and you almost have to get them and just lift them off the twigs. So, in fact, we might look for another pot for that. All these Boston ivy, brilliant, bright red in autumn, but they're all just starting to drop. This one's been turned back to front, little juniper somebody was looking at the other day. And then down here, we're getting ready, putting a few special offers out the next few weeks. Every year we have an annual pot sale of like second-hand pots, used pots. Sometimes they're seconds. So we've got over 600 pots we're putting out at the moment. Something like that, look, 7-inch pot, £6. Might have a little dint on it or something. That one's got a tiny little dint on the corner, £6. 10-inch pot with a tray, 15 quid. Just because there's a tiny little mark on it somewhere. So the bargain hunters amongst you will enjoy looking at that sort of stuff. Let's have a wander around here. This Cascade Maple, Josh has photographed this about, what, 5 or 6 times. It went really red, so we lifted it in to photograph it, and we thought it wouldn't get any better. 2 days later, it looked better. We lifted it in to photograph it. 2 days after that, 2 days after that. Particularly, I'm very pleased with this. I bought this at the beginning of the year, and I bought this beautiful Koyo pot for it. And the way this drops down, this glaze, and it mimics the Cascade branch, was really nice. This is that Suma Benny, the tree that we nicknamed it Slug, because it looks like a sort of snail or a slug, look, with a trunk, and it has a bright red tip to the leaf. But at the moment, at this time of year, look at the autumn colour on this, around the back of the tree. We've had 2 or 3 frosts here already. Got better autumn colour at the back, hasn't it, Josh? Blue Atlas Cedar, always bright colour. Benishidori Maple. Here's a little Shohin Shishigashira that I imported that I'm going to be fiddling about with. And this tree, like I say, has already gone into autumn colour and dropped. And this is it's in a little training pot. This is a Petra Angelka pot, and it's sitting in there because I'm going to pot it on into there. I don't want it in something too small because I want it to carry on developing and growing on. And over here we've got Trident, you know, just starting to turn. We need to trim these tips back. We'll do it once it's fully dropped. Beautiful Cascade Ukon Maple, Acer palmatum Ukon. They go bright yellow at this time of year. But some of the maples have dropped. The Korean hornbeams here have dropped. This one here I've had for over 25 years, building up the ramification on it. This little one here is a cute little tree, just nice as a pear. But this big Shishigashira that we've had, it's not even started to turn yet. Tiny little bit of autumn colour, but nothing really. It's sheltered in this corner. Having said that, the maple behind has gone into autumn colour. So I'm hoping, with this one being a bit late, that this will look good potentially at the exhibition. This is going to look awful by the exhibition because these will have all gone. And this Cornus, you know, they get a little bit tatty, but you don't get any more tones of autumn than this. Look at these, they're so nice, but already they're starting to fall off. And let me show you a few of my trees as well. So if you can't make it up to the exhibition, I'll give you a sneak peek of a few trees that might be on display. And they're tucked away out of the way of the wind, because once autumn colour gets to this sort of stage, the wind isn't your friend with these, because you can just lose all those leaves in a day if you're not careful. So I'll show you a few of my trees and see if you think I'm doing any good with them. So out on the bench, I showed you a big Cotonou Ito. This is another one of those I've had for 20 years, and this is in here so that the leaves don't blow off. And we also showed you an Yukon maple, a Cascade, bright yellow, wasn't it, and dropping its leaves. Here's another one, look, still green. Like I said, this year it's been very difficult for a lot of trees. This is a always good autumn colour, Seryu Japanese maple in a pot from Greg Ceramics. But the full moon maple here, that's already gone. But I mean, if there was any wind in this greenhouse, these would all be off by now. So Shishigashira's still in green, Dissectum's just going, the Sagan's gone, Trident. Here's another Yukon, and this one is yellow and falling. Move this one out of the way. This is in a training pot, that Yukon. Been regrowing some branches on it. And a Shishi that started to go. Again, beautiful colour. Makawa Yatsubutsa, probably at its best at the moment. Another Shishi that I bought in Japan when I was there for the World Bonsai Convention. Absolutely stunning tree, and this part looks so nice in autumn. And then some Chinese quince, just dropping its leaves. These will all be off it. Chinese quince in the UK, you don't really get cold. I know if you're areas of northern parts of America, like when I did my apprenticeship over there in Rochester, these get really good autumn colour. They go bright red and look amazing. We don't get autumn cold and sharp enough. So over here, the leaves just go tatty and fall off. We never get the autumn colour. Luckily, we get it on this, on a rough bark maple, an Arakawa. There's a bit of autumn colour on that. Next to it, a palmatum. And I showed you a Cornus in front of the studio, Cornus Mass. This is Cornus Kusa. This is Japanese dogwood, and that's a beautiful tree for autumn colour. Really quite nice. My favourite time of the year. It's just only got to look down the benches and the array of colour that you get. I mean, I'm quite into my maples, as you know. So at this time of year, they're just spectacular. Really nice display. We've had warm days, cool nights, couple of frosts, and it just set them off looking nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around, and any of you that want to pop over on the 2nd and 3rd of November, love to welcome you to the nursery to have a look at some of the trees and enjoy the weekend, and we'll have some special offers going off. We've had hundreds of new trees, probably 1,000 new trees arrive just in the last few weeks, all sorts of sizes and types, indoor, outdoor, hundreds of different pots that you haven't seen. So I'd like to welcome you along to the open weekend, 2nd and 3rd of November, and I hope you enjoy this little autumnal walk around, and thank you very much.
I feel that you're well on your way. Don't fear if you have gotten astray. Just remind yourself of the things you wish to say. You know that you're on the right side for justice and born human rights. Revert your eyes. Look with it. Your life is wearing thin. Break the mold. Take control and say,
Rebel, you want to be free. Take charge of your life and make